Hey everyone, this is Lady Grace. How are you? I wanted to come on and talk today because I was getting to talk about not giving up on your manifestation. So, I was getting to give whomever is going to come across this video some inspiration that things are going to be okay, even though perhaps something's happening in the bridge of instance that isn't ideal, at least to your human mind, to your mind, right? That things are going to be okay, but you need to persist in what it is that you want to manifest, okay? So, let's go with what Alice is saying. So this is the Alice in Wonderland cards. Or in Wonderland? Of Wonderland? Pardon me. Sorry, the Wonderland cards. Okay, so you can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. Okay, so what this is saying to me is the reason why your manifestation isn't quite going the way you want it to. So you could be getting what we call hot and cold behavior or hot and cold results, is because your mind is going back and forth between your old story, like your past, what you believe currently, and to your new story. So you could be doing things, anything you're doing to manifest, like techniques like visualization, affirmations, living in the end, that kind of thing, but your mental diet isn't 100% on par, and that's okay. Nothing has to be 100%, but it's got to be at least 51%, right? So when it comes to conscious manifestation, remember, always manifesting no matter what, okay? But you're manifesting by default. So what you're trying to learn to do now is to manifest consciously, which means you have to become kind of like the commander-in-chief of your mind. So you're in charge, which means that you have to become aware of when the old story keeps coming up in your mind. The issue is that it's so normal to you that you don't quite hear it. So I will challenge you, especially in the morning or at night, just be quiet, listen to your thoughts, listen to what's coming up. And before I did a lot of my mental diet, I noticed that it would be like the problems my mind thinks it has to solve, or things didn't go the way I wanted to and I'd be upset, right? Or worrying about a particular excuse me, thing that kind of overtook my mind, and it would spiral, right? It would go into the next thought. Thank you, law of attraction, right? These laws can work in our favor. We just have to know how to work them. So going back into the past, going into the old story will slow down you solidifying the new story, okay? So basically, my thing is, until it's manifested, you keep going. And I know that's hard, but what you're trying to do is find the location, kind of like it's like a state, right? So it's a frequency or a state. They call it states, where it has to solidify into fact. The problem is when you're flipping back and forth, the old state is still more dominant. It's still the most dominant for you. And that's why the manifestation, you can't see it, taste it, touch it, but anything in your imagination is real. It's just that you can't see it yet through your physical senses, okay? So to understand that what your imagination is real, it's just you have to kind of, I don't know what word it would be, move to, pull it to, whatever you want to call it, is what you're actually trying to do. But it doesn't make it less real, even though we want to obviously experience it as real, right? But it has to be a dominant state, okay? So that's what's happening. Excuse me. All right. I wonder what will happen. Ready to adventure, precipice of change. Pause before action. So this is a great card to get, obviously, when you're trying to manifest. So what will happen next? So obviously you're on the trail, right? So sometimes trying to see it more of an adventure makes it a little less serious. I know it seems serious when we want what we want, but the more serious that we take it, as in being less playful, the more contracted the energy is. So the less likely that you'll get to the place that you want, because the place that you want is more expansive. Ultimately, if you look at all the goals that you want, they're more expensive. They're not contracted, right? Contracted goals equals fear, guilt, right? We want to be expansive. Now, try to feel into like the child, the inner child, or the playful child. See how they just play and they explore and they have fun and they imagine and things are great, you know what I mean? And then feel the weight of, sorry for the example, paying bills as an adult, right? Big difference, right? So trying to see what you're moving toward as an adventure as something that is going to take you to an expansive, joyful state it's easier on the body. It's easier to get yourself into the right state, which is state of mind, feelings. And also, it'll move faster. Anything that has a higher vibration moves faster. So when you're coming from joy, way faster. That's why positive thoughts have way more power. Way more power. Remember this. Than negative thoughts. If you want to be powerful in your reality, it's not about being Pollyanna. That's not what that, like, it's not like that. It's if you are higher vibrational in your thoughts, okay, you will be more powerful. End of story, right? So, or at least be more powerful. You'll be more powerful, as Abraham Hicks says, they're right, than like a million people that are not in the flow. Because you have access to way more energy. So, to find someone who is actually really positive, let's be real, positive on a daily basis, most of the time, is actually very rare. So remember that though, and don't be hard on yourself. That's not the point if you're not being, happy and joyful, okay? And that's not required to manifest, just so you know. It's more powerful, it's more rapid. That's all, okay? So if you try to see it as an adventure, right? So if you're trying to find your soulmate, see it as an adventure of learning about yourself. That's how I did it when I met my husband. What kind of adventure am I going to go on? What kind of date today am I going to go on? What's this person like? As an adventure. As something fun to do, not as a chore. My goodness, is he gonna check off all the marks on my all the boxes or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. That's a terrible way to approach dating, okay? Try to make it fun, and when you make it fun, it'll come so fast. Like, it comes much faster, okay? So see it as an adventure. See it as, oh my goodness, this is so much fun. What's going to happen next, right? Not, oh my goodness, this is terrible. Because then you're affirming that too, remember, okay? So hopefully this is helping you stay in your good state, okay? So no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. And that's, it's so true. So we always forget how powerful we are because we're told, let's be honest, constantly that we're not. Not the truth. You are ultimately powerful because you are the creator of your reality. And you will believe this once you get into your flow. Again, do not be hard on yourself. You're learning. And sometimes people may come to me that are advanced, and that's great. But just remember then, oh, I manifested this a year ago. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this huge manifestation. Right? Because sometimes when you're really in it, you're like, oh, this doesn't work or whatever. It's not how it works. Manifestation is always working. It just might not be going in your favor. Sometimes pulling away, as in doing a general affirmation or go play, have fun, will actually get you back in the flow, as in you'll attract more positive thoughts again. Okay? So that's what that means. It doesn't mean, let go of your desire. That's not what that means. You never let go of a desire. It's impossible. Right? What you're doing is you're letting go of, I know they use the word resistance, but that's always confusing for people. You're letting go of the heaviness. Feel it in your body. Like, does this feel heavy right now? Because then that sucks and the energy's slowed down. or it feels heavy, then you're not quite lined up with your higher self. That's really what it is. If it feels heavy and like a burden, that ain't the path, right? If it feels light and fun, that's the path, even if it doesn't make sense. Your logical mind will not always put you on that path, right? That's not what this is about. Intuition is about feeling out metaphysics. It's about feeling out the energetic lines out there. If you understand this, you'll be on the path, and you'll know when I'm not on the path, really. So there's no need to fear. You can change it in a second. Literally, guys, you can be like, okay, all right, like, I'm having a rough go. Today's terrible. I'm going to just quit for a day. You know what I mean? And then go watch something funny. And go hang out with a friend that makes you laugh. Don't, what do you call it? Ruminate of it. Just go and have fun. Or if you need to let it out and then be done. Start again. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I need to let it out and then I start again. Okay? So go have fun, right? That's why they say to do that. It's not just because, we're trying to pretend whatever. Doesn't. Having fun expands your energy. So what that means is it'll give you the good ideas. It'll get you on that path. Just think of it lighting up the right path for you, right? Or doing general affirmations like, my life is perfect. Or even just, everything's okay. I'm going to be just fine. Everything always works out in the end. Something like that will help you. It helps me when I'm really having a rough go, because it will, again, lift the burden of that energy and put you in a light state. So my challenge today then is, just don't give up on your manifestation. Just sit in your body right now. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel contracted? If it does, you're in the wrong direction right now. Turn around, right? Turn around to something that makes you feel light, excited, right? If you're like, oh, it makes me excited to go watch this, or, oh, I kind of feel a little bit, but even if it's just a little bit better, go do that. I don't care what it is. Don't judge it. Like if it's like, go eat a cupcake. That makes you feel lighter. Okay? Like stuff like that, okay? You'll feel it. You'll learn to feel it in your body. Trust it, because your body's trying to tell you. It's like, if you know how to use the energy, it's a compass. So don't be afraid. Just keep going, right? Just keep going until it's seen or it shows up in front of you. Okay? So hopefully this helps for you not to give up on your manifestation. Now is not the time. You got this, right? Sometimes we just need a little pep talk or inspiration. I know I have in the past, needing that. So hopefully this helped you, okay? So if you like this video, please subscribe and like. And I hope and I wish for you, for your highest good, for your manifestation to come about. Have a good day.